Hey y'all, it's K Divine. Excuse me. I not that I just woke up, but I'm just being kind of lazy today. Um I'm just sitting here thinking cuz so the situation I've been in, it's been going on for a long time. Y'all, if you've been watching my series, y'all can tell it's been going on for a really long time. I've just, like I said, I've just more recently within the last couple of years been becoming more aware of what's going on. And I was thinking about the gang stalkers because one of my gang stalkers this morning was sitting outside his car, and I was just thinking to myself, like, because I this will be week 7 as of tomorrow that I've been out here like this. And I'm just thinking, like, these people, I'm like, well, first of all, I know that these people are getting paid because you can't, I don't believe that these people would just be out here for 7 weeks if they wasn't getting some sort of money. I definitely wouldn't be sitting outside. I definitely would be sitting outside watching somebody if I wasn't getting nobody. I would be completely honest. So it's like, but I could never. I don't understand these gay stalkers because it's like I just could never do nothing like that. I could never, literally, I could never do something like this. And that's how you know these people are evil. But then it got me thinking. I was watching a compilation video yesterday, and there was a guy that was talking about allistic people and groupthink. And as an autistic person, I also have to understand and recognize that just the way that my brain functions is not like everyone else's. And I accept that, like, especially since it's been, over a year now that I've had my diagnosis, and I've been able to um explore and understand autism on a different level, because even I've had, over the years, I've had ignorant thoughts about what autism really is and not understanding the spectrum, especially now being, or I won't say being, knowing that I am autistic. Um, but I'm what's holding on to me a lot is the group thing situation, because I realized that, and this isn't just because you can be a chosen one, and I feel like most chosen ones are probably neurodivergent in some way, because I feel like a lot of allistic people, they have to rely on groupthink, because if you look at our society and the way that a lot of things function right now, like, people can't think for themselves. I think a couple of weeks ago I was talking about the Labubu like craze that people were going on, because like I had not even really noticed that. I don't pay attention to shit like that cuz I don't care. But but I don't follow trends like that. Like, I don't, it's some, like, I just don't care. Like, I just feel like it's nonsense when something is trending like that. I feel like it's a distraction. I feel like when stuff starts, when consumerism stuff starts popping up, and people start buying stuff all the time, saying like, oh, I gotta have this, and they're, you see these videos of people losing their fucking minds over, a fucking labubu, the people who go and buy them all up and then sell them for a higher rate, those people, the scammers, like, seeing that type of stuff, like, I don't care, you know and I, like I said, I was talking about that a couple of weeks ago, and right when I started to talk about it, I started noticing labubus in people's cars. So it's stuff like that where it's like, and these were in people's cars that, like, the apartments that they're in ain't that, they all right. It's not like they got a ton of money. It's like, I don't know how much money these people are spending on these labubus just to say that they have one. And this is what I'm talking about when I say groupthink. Like, everybody feels like they have to have something because, oh, well, this is what's in right now. Now, it's like kind of unlike the fashion world. Like, it's one thing in fashion when we have trends as far as like this is the style that's going on, but it's also, where people feel like they have to have a certain item. That type of group thing. Like, oh well, everybody has this keychain. Everybody has this keychain, so everybody needs to have a keychain. And if you don't have a keychain, then who are you? You're nobody. That type of shit I don't understand. And you gotta understand that your enemies have rely on groupthink. Because look at all of the gang stalkers that come around you. Look at all of the people who are easily influenced by these people. Like a lot of us have missed out on opportunities because of these people. These people have gone around and told people that we were terrible, that we weren't intelligent enough, that we weren't good enough, that we were drug addicts, that we were criminals. They said so much stuff about us to these other people, and people believe them because they're like, why would somebody go out of their way to come and tell me something like this about this person? It's got to be true. But then on top of that, they got a whole bunch of other people to co-sign to it. They got a whole bunch of people to come around and say, oh yep, that's true, yep, yeah, no, she does drugs, oh yeah, no, yeah, he's an alcoholic, yep, no, yeah, he does all of this and that, yep, yep, he does that, yep, she does that. Yep. Oh yeah, but he's not that smart. Yeah. Yeah. No, we had to help him out a lot. Oh yeah. No, she's a dumb blonde. She's one of those, and it's like none of these things are true. None of these things are true about you, but they rely on groupthink so that they can control the situation. That's why these people. And if you go watch my video about their control was always an illusion, it is an illusion because these are lies. None of this stuff is actually true. The ultimate goal in the end is these people want you to start to doubt yourself and be like, well, maybe I'm not that smart. Well, maybe I am crazy. Maybe none of that stuff didn't happen. I remember right before me and my ex officially broke up. And I'll try to get into this in my part 5 in my series too. So I'm autistic, just, I mentioned that. And this motherfucker tried to gaslight me with a fake ass story. Like, he called me talking about oh, well, I had a friend call and she's autistic too. He didn't tell me her name, or she's a friend from school or something. And I'm like, why would she call you after all these years? I don't understand. So he said that this girl called and that she called because she was suicidal. And I was like, why would she call you if she's suicidal? Y'all haven't talked in years. This isn't even somebody you're close with. This doesn't make any fucking sense. So he said that she was suicidal, and she was suicidal because she had been talking about some sort of abuse that had happened to her when she was younger, but her family, everyone in her family said that it didn't happen. And this was around the time that I started to become more vocal, not on the internet or anything, but just in general, that I started to become more vocal about the abuse that I had endured as a child from my mom and her ex-husband. And this is how I knew that my ex, that's one of the ways that I knew that my ex was in on all of that stuff. That's all the stuff that's been happening to me. Because it's like, why would you bring that to me and then try to say, well, she remembered it wrong, or like, oh, well, everyone in the family said it didn't happen. And I even said on the phone to him, I said the family probably lying. It probably did happen. They probably just don't want no secrets to come out. And he got quiet. Like, they wanted him to, they tried so hard to get him to convince me to not believe the things that happened to me. It's so sad. It's so sad. These people will want you to, they will want you to so badly believe the lies that they tell, just so that they don't have to deal with the repercussions of their actions. But you don't fall into the groupthink. That's that. And I just said this in one of my last videos too. I can't imagine how many chosen beings are sitting in psych wards and in jail cells right now, or homeless on the streets looking super super crazy to people because they had a mental breakdown because of everything that they were going through. I mean, it's already hard enough when you don't have any support, but on top of that, it's like these people believe the world told them that they were crazy. The world told them that they were crazy. Their family told them they were crazy. Their friends told them they were crazy. The government officials told them they were crazy, and they believed it. And that's the hardest thing, that you got to fight that. You got to know. This is exactly what I was talking about when I said you need to know who you are. You need to know who you are and what you've been through. This is why I keep telling y'all don't look like what you've been through. How is it that you've been through all this stuff and you come out looking like this? There's no way. How do you still smile after being betrayed? How do you, like, these people want you to believe that it either wasn't that bad or no, that didn't happen. My mom sat there and tried to convince me that I didn't almost die in childbirth. It said that didn't happen. That didn't happen. The doctors were coming in my room staring at me trying to figure out how the fuck I survived. I could not eat food for 3 days because my insides were fucked up. I was on a liquid diet trying to breastfeed. Like, what is she talking about? Like, they trying to convince me that none of that stuff happened, and it happened. It happened. And this is why I'm talking about that groupthink stuff, because as the more they tell people that you're crazy and that, oh, they need help. I even told my ex the other day on the phone, I said, I will absolutely go get evaluated. Tell me where to go. Tell me what doctor to go see. Who they want me to talk to. I'll go get evaluated. I don't have no problem. They keep saying I have a mental illness, but nobody can tell me what mental illness I have. What mental illness do I have? Well, I was like, I haven't spoken to a doctor. Well, they're deeming you mentally ill because of this incident. How can they deem me mentally ill off of a police report that's false? And I wasn't even there to defend myself. That doesn't even make any sense. There's all, like, these people are falsifying documents. That's groupthink. When people are getting together from government agencies and your family and your exes and all, when all of these people are grouping together to try to convince everyone, okay, we're going to say she's mentally ill because we can't have our stuff exposed as to what we did. That's what they do. But eventually, when you are not acting in a way that they want you to act, because let's be honest, these gang stalkers, they're never going to touch you. Okay? That's the one thing you need to understand. Gang stalkers will never touch you. Now, some of them may speak to you, but they will never hurt you. And the ones that speak to you, you have to be very careful about how you respond to them. And this is why you need to stay prayed up and stay calm. Because if you're not prayed up and you're not calm, then they could easily trigger you. And then it could easily spiral into an argument or a conversation that does not need to be had. But the majority of your gang stalkers will never talk to you. They're there to monitor you, and they'll do their little street theater shit, talking real loud to one another and all this other bullshit. Like, they'll do that, but they'll never speak. Most of them will never directly speak to you. Ever. They will harass you. They'll come near you. They'll give you the evil eye. They'll do all that stuff. They'll pocket watch you. They'll do all of this all of these weird things towards you, but they'll never touch you. And this is why you ignore them and you pretend like they're not there. Because the more you ignore these people, the more you don't say anything to them, the more that you just stay here, stay centered, there's nothing that they can do. These people they don't have shit. They don't have shit on you. All they have is falsified documents that aren't gonna stick. They falsified documents. And somebody's going to question something. They're going to be like, well, how did this come about? Eventually, someone with a brain is going to. But the reason why so many of these people are able to easily go along with this shit is because of groupthink. A lot of people don't want to be on the side that you're on. They don't want to have to deal with being ostracized, and they don't want to have to deal with being isolated and singled out. They don't want to be like you. Those people aren't even strong enough. They're not strong enough to even. I was pulling cards this morning and the Two of Pentacles came out in reverse. And what I got from that was, because I was thinking about just my ops and like, because usually in the upright, the Two of Pentacles is a card that represents like adaptability and, balance and things of that nature. Like, the number 2 is about balance. But in the reverse, I'm like, and if you look at the card, which I'll show y'all a different video. I'm not about to go pick it up right now. There's like ships in the back and it's waves, and there's one ship that's on a wave, and it's like when a ship is going on a tidal wave, it has to try to stay as balanced as possible, otherwise it will tip over and sink, right? In the reverse, these people the ship is gonna sink. That's what I'm like. There's no balance there. These people, like, there are people right now who are getting karma for the things that they've done to you, and they're having a really hard time dealing with it. They can't even, like, they're not even going through right now. They're not even going through half of the stuff that you had to deal with, yet they're having complete mental breakdowns right now because they don't have it in them. This is why so many of those people, it's easier for them to attack other people than it is for them to be attacked. It's easier for them to be on the offense than it is for them to be on the defense because they don't have it in them. That's what a lot of evil people are. A lot of evil people are just cowards. They're cowards and they want recognition from a group. They want to be accepted by people. That's why they're so easily influenced to do those types of things. Because just think about it. Think about all the friends that you used to have, or the friends you used to have. Think about how when stuff started to change for you, when the evil people was coming after you, now all of a sudden these people don't like you. Now all of a sudden these people can't talk to you. They acted like y'all was never cool. It was like, oh, I guess we was never friends. I guess not. How easy it was for them to turn on you. And you got to understand too, if it was that easy for them to switch up on you like that, them folks never fucked with you. Hold on, sorry, Tori tried to jump through the window and it was closed. So I had to go open it for her. But yeah, these people, like, if it was that easy for them to turn on you, like, they have to rely on groupthink in order to feel accepted. They don't ever want to be an outlier. That's why people will change the way that they view things. Like, people will completely pretend, because really it's all fake at the end of the day. People will pretend to be affiliated with like political parties and things of that nature. Like, they'll pretend like they are like, oh, I'm a Democrat, blah 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 blah, but really deep down inside they're a Republican. And or opposite, they're really a Republican, but they'll pretend to be a Democrat around certain people because they don't want to lose their friends. Now, that's probably a bad example now that I think about it, because there's a lot of people who are way too into that political shit. Let's see. Let's say sports. Then somebody might say that they're really into a sports team, but really they love the rival team. But because they friends are all the part of this this group that likes this sports team, they go they gonna be like, oh yeah, go what's it, go Steelers, but really they're a Patriots fan, like like it's shit like that. And but they won't tell anybody that except for the other people that that don't know that group of people that they want to be accepted by. But that's the difference between you and them. You don't need to rely on no group to know who you are and to do what you do. You do what you do because that's who you are. And a lot of people don't like that, because you can't really be controlled. You can't you have a mind of your own, and they can't influence you to believe the things that they believe. And that scares them, because they're afraid that if they can't influence you, and you have a mind of your own, that you are going to influence other people, and that they're going to lose leverage. And they don't want to lose leverage. They want to stay in control. This is why a lot of people want you to be eliminated. Like that's why some people really just want you to die. I hate saying that, but that's just the truth. Some people just really, really want you to die. They want you to die so that you won't have the opportunity to be successful, that you won't have the opportunity to influence other people, because they're gonna feel like if you start speaking a truth that bothers them, that the control that they have is gonna be gone, and they don't want to lose control. That's like devastating to these people. So I say all this to say, like, your enemies rely on groupthink because if they don't have anything on you. They have to get groups of people together to come and attack you, because if they don't, they can't fight you by themselves. These people, you think that your enemies will be like, if they really didn't like you, don't you think that they would be able to fight you by themselves? Like, if you were everything that they said that you were, it would have been so much easier for them to take you down. But look at what they're doing. They had to go and get a whole bunch of people involved and lie on you and slander you. This shit don't make no sense. And it's like, if that was true, if this person was a drug addict, if this person was an alcoholic, if this person wasn't very smart, how are they able to escape all these things? How are they surviving right now? How are they not in the psych ward right now? How are they not in jail right now, if that was the case? And I mean, unfortunately, there probably are some chosen vessels that have had stints in the, hopefully, I mean, I'm sure there are ones that have had stints in the psych ward and in jail, but hopefully that they've been able to get back on track. Like Katoria J went to jail twice that I know of. I mean, she has a whole video of when the feds came and got her, the SWAT team or whoever it was, they came and got her the first time. So, but she's good. Like, look at her page is thriving. She has over 100,000 followers, like, or subscribers. Like, that's amazing. So it's like, it's still possible, but you just gotta you gotta be able, if you can, you gotta be able to get back on track, and you gotta stay prayed up either way. So don't let these people try to gaslight you into believing that something about you is true. You are not crazy. You are not crazy. You're not mentally ill. You're not schizophrenic. You're not bipolar. You may be a little depressed. You may have some anxiety, and which is definitely, that is normal for all the things that you've been through, the emotional distress, the psychological warfare that can cause anxiety. Absolutely. So you may have some depression and anxiety, but those are not uncommon. And I don't think anybody's going to fault you for being depressed or having anxiety. But you're not bipolar, you're not schizophrenic, you're none of these things. These people needed to rely on groupthink in order to make other people believe the shit that they tell everyone about you. And they're losing leverage now because none of this shit is making any sense. These people keep talking about you and you're not even around. Oh my God. They keep talking about you and you are not around. And people are like, okay, people are sick of hearing about you. Like, people are so hell-bent on trying to figure out like, people are like, oh, well, she's homeless right now. She's living in her car. And people are like, okay, what difference does it make? Isn't that what you wanted? Well, yeah, but, like, I told you, like, she's like, people are just making shit up and people are like, okay, but so fucking what? Move on. And people can't move on from you. They can't hide their jealousy of you. And now they're starting to tell on themselves because they want that recognition. And they doing it in the worst way. But also because you won't crumble. Whatever it is you're going through right now, the fact that you still are mentally sound and you're not acting out really pisses these people off because they have zero leverage. And they've all relied so much on groupthink about how they are going to talk about you that now that this shit can't stick, they're fighting with each other. People are turning. People are walking away. I promise you, like, I the whole time I've been watching these gang stalkers, like, I've seen so many people come and go. Like, when I first came out here, there were certain cars that were here every single day. And within, like, the first 3 or so weeks, they were gone. They got tired of waiting. Now, these other people are faithful. And maybe because they like, I don't care. I'll sit here every fucking day if that's what it has to be. And they cool with that as long as they getting paid. But some of them other people are like, yeah, I'm not. Especially when it was hot. Ooh, Lord. It was so hot. When it was 100 and something degrees outside and it only got down to 80 degrees at night. Yeah. Them nights. Those were tough. I'd say those are even some of the tougher. I'd say that was tougher to deal with than the cold. So, yeah, some of these people they don't even want to stick around to watch this shit because they just like, this is ridiculous. Eventually, some of these people are going to come to the term of like, okay, we got to leave this person alone because this is not healthy. This is not cool. We got to leave this person alone. And some of them are going to double down because they've gone too far now. So you just got to be careful, y'all. Be careful. Stay prayed up. I love y'all. It's your girl, K Divine. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.